Hello all, welcome to another Bug Takeout Church. Today we're going to be talking about bees. Now I know a lot of you, when you think of bees, right away you think of their sting. Have any of you ever been stung before? I haven't, but I've heard that it's painful, so hopefully I never will. And if you're allergic, it can even be dangerous for you, so the sting can be a little bit scary. But there's a sweet side to bees too, isn't there? Bees are the makers of one of the sweetest things on earth, honey. And God gave bees the unique ability to take the pollen of flowers and transform it into something super sweet. So get your bags out. If you don't already have one, make sure you come see me at the church to get one. And inside your bags, you are going to find a package of instant oatmeal and some honey. So I want you to pause the video and get your parents to boil some water for you and get a bowl and a spoon and then come back to me. Okay, so you've got your stuff. So the first thing you need to do is you need to take your oatmeal package and empty it into your bowl. And then add a little of your boiling water. Get your parents to help you with this, please, and put it into your bowl. Just a little bit, not a whole lot. And then we need to set it aside for a little bit. And while it's sitting, we're going to watch a little bee movie clip.
Welcome, new Hive City graduating class of 915. And that concludes our graduation ceremonies.
Yay!
And begins your career at Honex Industries.
Are we gonna pick our job today?
I heard it's just orientation.
Huh. Whoa, heads up. Here we go.
Keep your hands and antennas inside the tram at all times. Mantenga sus manos y antenas adentro del carril en todo momento.
We know that you as a bee have worked your whole life to get to the point where you can work for your whole life. Honey begins when our valiant pollen jocks bring the nectar to the hive. Our top secret formula is automatically color-corrected, scent-adjusted, and bubble-contoured into this soothing sweet syrup with its distinctive golden glow you all know as...
Hey!
Bees are stress testing a new helmet technology. And here we have our latest advancement, the Krellman.
Wow, what does that do?
Catches that little strand of honey that hangs after you pour it. Saves us millions.
Can anyone work on the Krellman?
Of course, most bee jobs are small ones, but bees know that every small job, if it's done well, means a lot.
It looks like the bee's life is all about honey. So let's see how good this honey really is. Now that your oatmeal is thickened, have a spoonful of it, just totally plain, okay? What do you think? Is it only just okay? Now, let's add some of our honey to it and then see what it's like. All right, so give that a little stir and then I want you to try it. So much sweeter. So bees work hard to make all that honey, but I think we can all agree now that we've tried oatmeal with and without honey that it's totally worth it. Because of the bees, the world is a sweeter place because we have honey to sweeten our drinks, our treats, our Cheerios, and even our oatmeal. God has a lesson for us in those bees. He wants us to know that we can make life sweeter too. I think we can agree that every person on earth wants the sweet life, but God doesn't want us to make life sweet just for ourselves. God wants us to have our eyes wide open so that we can make life sweeter for someone else. Jesus once said that the greatest commandment were to love God and love your neighbor. Then he told a parable that has often been retold, showing us what it means to make life sweeter for someone. Our version today is from the Bedbug Bible Game.
Would you like to hear a story with a puzzle at the end? Would you like to play a game to see if you can be a friend? Just listen to our story. In the end, you're sure to see that a friendly kind of friend can be the kindest friend to be.
That is puzzling. It all began a year ago, around these very rocks. A man was walking by that day and whistled as he walked. But as you see, a gang of thugs lay waiting in the wings. They jumped the whistling wanderer and made off with his things.
Oh no! They left him there along the road, alone and out of luck. Unless somebody helped him soon, that traveler was stuck. Just then, he heard the pitter-pat of prancing ponies' feet. A pious priest was passing by right down that very street.
Hang in there, buddy. Help is on the way. The priest looked down and saw the man, half beaten on the ground. He didn't slow to help him, though. He simply slipped around.
Wait, mister! Can't you see he needs a hand? An hour passed, or maybe two. We couldn't rightly say, before the man could hear another traveler pass that way. Bumpity bump, up on a hump, a Levite came at last. But though a Levite should be nice, that Levite bounced on past. That regal Levite left him lay. He lingered but to look. And once again, it seemed as though our hero's goose was cooked.
I'll say it's hot out there.
And dusty, too.
And if you think that things look bad, they started looking worse. Just then, a sly Samaritan came riding on his horse. Samaritans are sneaky sorts. They slink around real slow. They stink and steal and smell like seals, as if you didn't know.
At least that's what I've heard. But look, that nice Samaritan seems like he's slowing down. He's cleaning up his cuts and scrapes. He's taking him to town.
Maybe Samaritans aren't that bad after all. The man is safe and warm in bed. He's feeling better too, because that dear Samaritan did what we all should do. So here's the riddle, Bedbug Gang. Pick one, or two, or three. What kind of friend's the kind of friend that you would like to be?
Pick three! Pick three!
Shh, you'll give it away.
Sorry.
I hope you liked our story. It's one of the Bedbug's favorites. Jesus told this story to show us how to be good friends. And a good friend is something that everyone can use. Sometimes a good friend can be someone you'd never expect. Someone like the Good Samaritan. In fact, a good friend can even be a bedbug.
A bedbug? Ooh! Don't bedbugs bite?
Sparky, you're a bedbug.
Oh, yeah. Let's be friends.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Sparky.
Thank you.
Making life sweeter for others means we take the time to do good for others. When we see someone in need, we don't look the other way and make excuses like the first two men who passed by the robbery victim. God wants us to stop, react, and to help. God wants us to be people who are willing to take action. We need to be workers, just like the bees, who aren't afraid to step in and lend a hand. God wants to make life sweeter for everyone on earth, and the people he's counting on to make that happen are the church, so you and me. It's our calling as Christians to make the world a sweeter place. We need to give our time, our money, and our hearts to people in need. Only then can we make the world as sweet as Jesus wants it to be. The term Good Samaritan has come to mean any person who does good to others, but to the people listening to Jesus' story, the idea that a Samaritan could be good was just plain crazy. Samaritans were not good people in their eyes. They were foreigners and outcasts, and no Israelite would dare to help one if they saw one hurt alongside the road. Jesus is saying that making life sweeter means that we stop to help anyone and everyone. If it's someone we know, we lend a hand. If it's someone we know of but haven't ever met, we lend a hand. If it's someone we don't even get along with, we still lend a hand. And if it's someone who disagrees with us about God, sports, politics, or who is the best superhero, we still lend a hand and help them out. When we lend a hand to someone who is in need, we make their day better. In effect, we make it sweeter. Think about the last time someone did something for you. How did you feel after that person helped you out? I bet you smiled. You had a better day, I bet. Life was a lot sweeter. The more we help others, the sweeter we can make our world. God can spread His love and His blessings one person at a time, if we're willing to let Him use us. It takes a willing heart to help and open eyes to see when someone needs help, but all of us can be God's hands and feet, spreading the good news to the world around us. Bees make life sweet, but we could make it even sweeter. Ask God to use you to spread His sweetness to the world, and He will, one heart at a time.